bum 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 bum. Woo! That's right. Guess who's back? Good old Uncle Jay is back. Back with a man in charge. Man with the plan, Stan. That's right. I'm back. I'm tired. Tired is probably the best word I can really use for how I'm doing right now. Let's see. Comic Con's been over for 24 hours, and I am still tired as fuck, which is completely ridiculous. So we got a lot of news. A lot of it will stem around E3, which comes out this week, which everyone's pretty excited about. I know I am, and you should be too. That's right, I opened the podcast this week with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! That's right. Got to meet him last weekend. Pretty badass, may I add. It was pretty funny because my best friend was there, and he brought his brother, and his brother got his dates wrong, and when, Ric Flair won the world title, blah, 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 blah. Moral of the story, listen, if you're going to don't ever bring a knife to a gunfight. Clearly, if the person who has the gun is Ric Flair, because he'll chop the shit out of you when you're wrong. So with that said, let's get started, and we have a lot to do.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo!
And that's right, Nature Boy, thank you for the playoff. Now, moving on. Well, so the video game trailers are already starting, E3 just getting ready to get going, and here we are. And with that said, first game on the docket that we've seen come out today, Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, I won't lie to you, it's another Assassin's Creed. I know, why would you keep making this franchise? Especially when the gameplay is exactly the same. Oh, I know. Because you're actually going to incorporate in multiplayer, maybe? And maybe your friends can work with you. It looks pretty cool. The first impression video, I won't lie to you, is pretty clean. But, I mean, I would hope so, being a Switch that it's going to be on the next gen. So, if this was not on the next gen, I would be concerned. Well, I'm sure it'll end up being on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, just because to make everyone happy. But I think that what's going to always bother me about these video games is how they've really not involved. I won't lie to you, when I first played the Assassin's Creed franchise, I hated the first one. The second one got better, and then there was like Revelations and Brotherhood, and it wasn't until Assassin's Creed 3 that I actually was enjoying the game. And then Assassin's Creed 4, I fell wayward off of it. Too much naval combat, and I hate to say it that way, but it's kind of like I was playing Watch Dogs. Oh, wait, is that made by the same company? That's kind of weird how that works out. There's just too much to do. It's one thing to have, like, a video and, gameplay, have a storyline, and then, we gotta make sure that's some add-ons. But when you spend the better half of the game just doing all the side missions, and you totally forgot what the storyline's about, that's kind of bad. Now, from this video game takes place in 1789, and in the gameplay footage, all you can see is that you and someone else do an assassination attempt. Fantastic. I have nothing against it at all. I really enjoyed it. But is it going to be up to par, or is this going to be another Assassin's Creed added to the storyline? Only time will tell. Moving on to the next E3 trailer that went up, it would be Star Wars Battlefront, which we should call it. Star Wars Battlefield that's going to suck major ballsack. What? I can say that. It's a podcast. You can say whatever the hell you want. And what I mean is now DICE and EA, now with Disney, which we all know all Star Wars fans are so happy about that, are making a Star Wars Battlefront, which the trailer was a massive snore fest. It would have been better if they just brought Morgan Freeman in and narrated the whole, well, we went back to LucasArts where it all began, and during that we carefully went over every piece of Star Wars memorabilia from the Lucas archives. Ugh. I didn't even finish the trailer because I was like, this is such a waste of time. Why would you spend all this time to put out a trailer for E3 to go, hey man, we went to like George Lucas's house, we got to play with some shit. See, I would have just been happy with that. Permission to do a flyby of the tower. And finally, a good trailer. 1 for 3, not 2 for 3. It's a 33% batting average for the Xbox One. The new Tomb Raider trailer has gone up, and it actually made me look over my game collection and go, oh yeah, I have Tomb Raider. That is such a great game. They remade it. They made it good, and I'm excited about that. Why not? The trailer is really well done, and if it even is a fraction as good as the actual game that came out a couple years back, it's going to be a top seller easily. I'm interested in what they do with the storyline, though. I really hope they don't dry it up like they did with the previous Tomb Raiders that came out years ago, where it was just some monogamous storyline that didn't go anywhere. It was just the ability just to sell a video game, whereas in the new Tomb Raider, it had substance, a good storyline, and it was compassionate, and it was human. If that makes sense. It didn't feel you're just sitting there for the sake of sitting there. So, good job. I'll be waiting for Tomb Raider. You know what bothers me more in this world? The fact they're making another Mission Impossible movie, and Jeremy Renner's going to be a part of it. You'd think he'd have some type of morals right now, and he doesn't, clearly. So, can someone stop this project from happening? Because it's really bothering me.
Get over here!
And now, just recent photos from the set of Batman and Superman, and apparently they're building a giant-ass Superman statue. Which is good. This is what we want. That means if they have a giant-ass statue and then they put a memorial around it, that means the death of Superman. Yes. I'm excited about that. You should be excited too. Well, listen, let's be honest here. Superman's character has a god complex. And the fact that Batman has defeated him almost every single time and he has no superhero powers, maybe people should check the score before they go on and on and on and on and on and on about Superman. But you know what? This tells me a good storyline is in the making. I am not against it. And let's hope that it happens.
Swear to me!
Mass Effect is going to have another video game, and that's good for them. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what bothers me more, Mass Effect 4 or Halo 5. Kind of on the fence about it, won't lie. Both franchises are obviously Microsoft's bread and butter, but think about it slowly to yourself. When you launch an Xbox One or an X-Gen, whatever, don't you think these titles should have been a part of the launch? Like, that would have made more sense to me rather than popping games that you can get on both consoles. I'm sure Xbox had an exclusive, which would have been Titanfall, but, I mean, it can only get you so far. And now you're bringing out the big name titles. Like, Mass Effect should never went to PlayStation. Hurts me to say that, but I mean, if you really think about it, Mass Effect should never went to PlayStation. It should have stayed just as a Microsoft exclusive. You'd keep that audience. But now they can get it on both, so that wasn't well played. Sure, Halo is an exclusive to Microsoft. It'll never go to PlayStation, and I get that part. But really, besides the rabid audience that already likes Halo, Halo sucks. Like, Master Chief is a bitch when it comes down to it at the end of the day. And Microsoft really needs to get to their basics about building brands, because PlayStation has so many brands. They basically have Naughty Dog all to themselves, and that's a huge win on its own right there, because we all know when PlayStation starts running out their press conference, the headliner is probably going to be Uncharted 4, which everyone's waiting for. So Microsoft, you should think about what your advertising deals here, because unless you're going to be cutting your price on an Xbox One heavy, I just don't see you being competitive at all. I'm ending this week. Well, we have to pay homage to, his name is Rick. I can't remember his last name. I'm just actually double checking and pulling it up because I couldn't feel bad. I had it up and I closed it by accident. Rick Mail. He was Drop Dead Fred, and anyone from my generation, which was the 80s, 90s, would know who Drop Dead Fred is. He passed away today at the age of 65. How horrible that is. We posted the story earlier today, but, I mean, yeah, it really hurt me to see that another person has passed away. And as well, we also provided the news the other day that Tracy Morgan was in a huge car accident. It appears that it was with a Walmart truck as well, so obviously I don't think anyone's going to like Walmart anytime soon. How upsetting that is. Been a long week. I mean, pretty tired right now, I won't lie to you, and I'm sure there's more news, but I won't lie to you, at this point I'm tapped out. So what I'll leave this week with, also I couldn't stop laughing at the fact that I was looking something else up, and I saw the Old Spice Brazil commercial with Terry Crews, and I just had to fucking lol for like 5 minutes. So we're ending this week just as tribute to Tracy Morgan. We send our prayers and love to him and hope everything gets better for him. We will end this week's podcast with my favorite scene that he has ever done, and here's a hint. It's actually not from 30 Rock.
Knock, knock.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
Who's there?
Something shows the love.